There we go. Got one going now.
Got one?
Yeah, got one. Coming up.
Right on.
Man, I tell you, you got to really work these fish.
It's been a tough bite, eh? Like,
Oh, man.
it's we're really having to work for these fish. I mean, it's brutal conditions, eh? Like,
They are pinned on the bottom. They do not want to come up. This guy's got some.
fighting pretty nice.
Oh, yeah. Feels like a whitey. And it's tough just keeping the holes open. I mean, they're freezing up on you
Yeah, it's
in like 10
crazy.
minutes.
Like I came. Oh,
There's the
the leader.
swivel. Oh, is she on the side of the ice there? Oh, there she comes.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Nice whitefish, bud. Don't want to get stuck with the hooks here. There he is. Nice whitefish, eh? You can
Yeah.
see that's a stocked fish.
That's
too.
a stock fish, exactly. So has that fin clip. But it just goes to show you. I mean, it's really cold out right now, and we're experiencing a high pressure cold front system moving through, and it's going to be like this for the next couple of days. We got Danny that came in here from northwestern Ontario, and seems like he brought the weather with him.
Well,
but
I came here. I thought it'd be nice. Like this is
Yeah.
cold. Like this
Yeah.
is most people wouldn't even go out on a day
Yeah.
like today.
yeah, you're definitely not going to see the best of Simcoe on this trip, but we'll get out. You fish when you can fish, right? There's nothing you can do about the weather.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can let her go. She wants to get right back in there. Yeah,
All right, let's get her back.
yeah, get her back.
We just pulled up to the spot here. We drilled some holes. We put on our baits. We were marking fish on a very regular basis. Caught one, lost one, had some fish flying around. And it almost seems like the fish in the general area that you're fishing get used to the baits you're using. So like what I've noticed, I don't know about you, like this is your home waters. But what I've noticed just in other places too is that don't be afraid to change a bait up.
But here, you also got to add what the people are doing and how they're fishing and the pressure. So, as the season progresses, I like to tend to move out a little bit into the middle grounds where it's a little bit less pressured. Early in the season, like these community holes that are, closer to shore that people can walk out to and whatnot, are good. But as the pressure increases and more people are fishing it, I tend to move out more. And it's just, just like you watch your weather windows, you got to monitor the fishing pressure and what the people are doing too, and that kind of plays into the decisions you make and the spots you choose to fish. Find you one from outside. Watch the
Big whitey. Hooks are big, eh?
yeah. Nice whitey, eh?
Yeah.
Let's see if it's a natural. Yeah, there's a natural fish. You can tell that from the fact that they don't have any of the
fins clipped.
The fins clipped, yeah. So that's your first Simcoe whitey right there, man.
Yeah, first.
Good job.
Yeah.
Let her back in?
Yeah, let her go.
Alrighty. Oh, there she goes. Get out, out there. Gone. Gone.
What we're trying to get accomplished out here is we're doing a 1-2 punch for these lake trout and whitefish. I'm working a more of an aggressive bait that would call them in and catch them, and Saul here is working a more of a finesse bait that will get, the more non-aggressive fish. What I'm doing is I'm actually working the whole water column up and down, and ripping this. It's a blade bait, a vibrato I'm using, and ripping it a lot, causing a lot of disturbance down there to get these fish in the area, and hopefully, if I don't catch them, Saul can get them to bite here.
So I'm working a bad boy, and I have a drop shot nymph on it. I mean, you can use a minnow, you can tie a fly and put it on. And like Danny was saying, he's just ripping it all the way up and down the water column, and he's calling the fish in, and the fish that want to stay pinned to the bottom, I'm kind of working them. So I'm taking more of a little bit of a finesse approach, especially with the drop shot there. And these are both pretty typical Lake Simcoe baits. I mean, the Bad Boys is a really widely used whitefish bait, and the vibrato is a really good crossover bait. I mean, it works real well for the whitefish as well as the Lakers. And one thing that Danny's doing, and it seems to have made a difference, when we saw a lot of fish come up and look at the bait and flash off, and what he did was he added some maggots, or were you using the wax worms there? the maggots on the hooks of the vibrato, and it seems to make difference. He landed one fish and he had another fish eat, and we missed it. But these subtle things, sometimes on days like this, especially in February when things slow down, you know, they can make all the difference.
You coming, bud? Just come screaming in. Screaming in.
Nice. Feel like Laker?
I don't know, it's hard to tell. He came up quite a ways to bite.
Any hard runs?
Not yet. Here's the leader, so he's coming. No, there we go. Ah, he's hung up on the ice. Here he comes, here he comes. Whitey. Nice Whitey though, eh?
Not a nice Simcoe Whitey.
There
All
we
yours,
go.
buddy.
Nice.
Came screaming up, huh?
Yeah, I just missed that one and caught this one. Like, we got a window going on, I think, right now.
Yeah, looks that way.
Yeah.
Well, let's get her back in and try to trade her up for a Laker.
Yeah. There she goes. Gone. I mean, as you can see by the shack here, we're dealing with some pretty brutal conditions today. I mean, and yesterday too, it was even colder. So I mean, obviously we're dealing with a high pressure, major cold snap.
Oh yeah, the freight was being put to the test today.
And I was looking on my phone last night. I have a Fish Times, it's called. It's an app that shows the majors and minors according to the moon phase, and it was bang on as far as the activity goes that we've seen the last day and a half here, as far as catching fish and seeing fish. Every bit of activity that we've seen has been during a major.
I agree. I mean, as musky fishermen, we use the major minors. We pay attention to them closely, and we make sure we're on spots where we've seen fish or we know there's big fish. And I've been using my Lowrance unit to track the majors and minors, but that app that you've been using is really handy on the ice, so definitely worth downloading, and I'll check it out.
For sure. I mean, and two, like, pay attention to that major and make sure that you're not running during that time. Make sure, especially like on conditions like this where you may only have, an hour to make something happen for the whole day. You know what I mean? So you really want to make sure that you're on the spot you want to be on,
100%. No, that's a Laker, man. It's a Laker. It's a Laker. It's a Laker. It's a Laker. No, fakey.
No.
No. Oh, he went down.
It's a Laker.
Oh, he's coming back.
Get him, bud. Get him. Take it away. 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 Got him!
Woo! Oh!
Drop back down. Drop back down.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. Got him.
Feel good?
Yeah, nice fish, bud.
Wow, Whitey, hey, look at that.
Look at that.
Now, that's what people come to Simcoe for, just white fish like that. Look at the size of that thing.
Spreader again.
Oh man, this is turning into stealth spreader special.
I think we finally got what we're after, man.
Got that Laker, huh?
Just battling, eh?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I tell you, these softer rods.
Oh!
Oh! That's the way she goes. You know, Danny, it was a tough bite the first 2 days. We were running around lots. Finally, we started marking enough fish to keep us interested in one location. And those fish were just pinned to the bottom. So when we went back in, we decided the next day when we come out, we're going to try using a spreader. And we thought, you know, building a stealthier spreader, considering how spooky these fish are, might be a good idea. And you got one there in your hands.
Yeah, so what we did basically is, you know, the spreaders that are out there to buy, they catch fish, but they're big, they're bulky, and it's just a lot of hardware down there. So we just basically simplified it and made it invisible is what we did to these fish. We ran 130-pound Seagar, doubled it over, and then crimped the sinker in the middle, you know, for your center part. And we ran, you know, 3 inches of 10-pound Seagar to a number 6 Eagle Claw.
Yeah,
red
and both
octopuses.
floral.
Everything's floral.
Yeah.
And it really seemed to make all the difference. Like, what did we catch today? A dozen fish on this spreader?
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
and so what we're doing is, I mean, you drop that thing down, you find bottom, you lift it up about half an inch just to kind of allow you to indicate strikes. And for the most part, you were tail hooking the fish, right?
Yeah,
to keep them up a couple inches off bottom.
Tail hook in the middle, and most of the time when that bite occurred, the rod would just have slack in it. Like they were picking it up and coming up with it and instantly just set the hook.
And that's there just to complement everything else that you're doing. I mean, we were still running a bad boy on bottom. Danny was still working a slew of different baits up and down the water column to call fish in and see if there's any high-flying Lakers in the mix. But this was a great complement. In fact, it's pretty much outfished everything else that we're doing once it came out.
We caught fish on everything.
Yeah.
But this definitely
was the game changer.
In these tough conditions that we were dealing with was the This is crazy, bro. Like this, you didn't even get your. I just caught that.
I couldn't. I didn't even get my bait down.
No, look at mine. Mine's still at the tip of my rod. This is absolutely crazy. Ooh, little screamage. Simcoe's got us on our toes this morning, eh?
Yeah. This is really turning into a marathon at this point.
Yeah.
Like my wrists are done. Wow. Wow. Look at this. Look at this run. Oh my.
It didn't bite like one though on the spreader. It just a
No.
tick, 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 tick.
But you know,
Way
in these
down
cold front conditions, you know.
Yeah, we've seen some trout not act like trout, eh?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. I mean, they've been acting like everything but trout.
everything just seems like it's within the bottom foot.
Laker?
Yeah, big
Oh,
Laker, bud.
nice fish. Hold on, pause. Get back for a second.
Big
Oh,
Laker.
oh. Okay. We gotta just ease its head in somehow.
We got her coming. We got her coming. We got her.
Nice.
Look at that.
Beauty. Here, I'll get this around you here. Oh, there she goes, burping.
Release in the air.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful Laker. It's not a giant, but it's
No,
nice.
it's not a giant, but it's. I mean, they're just so fun to fish.
Yeah.
Like you know, and it was a surprise. Getting this thing off the spreader.
Yeah.
You know, it's been one whitey after another, and then it's been a great couple of days. What a fish to end the trip off with.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like when we first started fishing, like we were battling severe cold front conditions.
High pressure, cold front. It was tough.
I mean, like one fish the first day, right?
Yeah.
And
2 fish the second day.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
today.
it's just been off the walls nuts. Eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I was really skeptical of like coming down here and fishing, you know, just like the close proximities to Toronto, the number of people, and this day has just been a prover that there is fish in this lake. Get out here and get fishing. Like,
yeah,
it's
when
been
you dial
amazing.
it in, it can be a ton of fun out here.
I tell you what, folks, if you like what we're doing going to be doing a whole lot more of this. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, and let's get this fish back and get going.
Let's do it.